Welcome back everyone, my name is Tony Lau and welcome to my channel. Wouldn't you want to know if you're dating a psychopath? Personality comes in two forms, inner and outer. One we use to show other, the other side we keep to ourselves at home with our families and friends. In this video, I will go through each of the personality conflict which could lead to someone potentially being identified as a psychopath. Before we begin, hit the like button for some good luck today. It will greatly help the channel with the YouTube algorithm. I was almost attacked by a psychopath, but I remember hitting the like button, so I escaped unharmed. True story. So from the dating series, we learned that there are 10 stands. So the 10 personality are official, power, positive seal, partial seal, positive wealth, partial wealth, shoulder to shoulder, robbery, god of cookery, wounded officer. So a quick brief on Bazi. We call them by many different ways. I like to call them 4 pillars of destiny. There are 2 words in each of the pillars that can be calculated into 8 different stands, which define who you are. The stand at the bottom of the day pillar is commonly known as the couple palace, which represent your love preference. And I did the whole dating series around that one particular stand. But there's also 7 other stands if you want to understand the entire persona. So I mentioned there are 2 different layers, the inner and outer part. So the 4 words at the top represent your outer persona. That's the side you want other people to see you as. But at the bottom 4 words represent your inner persona. That's the side that you show to someone that are close to you, like your friend, your spouse, or your family. Now, speaking in terms of dating or meeting someone new, you'll probably only see the outer persona during the first couple of months or even a year. Suppose Bazi is a very powerful tool to quickly determine an individual's inner persona when you had just met them. The conflicts in your stand is what caused people to go a little bit nuts. The psychopath is what most would describe these people are. I think it's a little bit harsh. We all have our flaws, and it's not the end of the day if you have some mental issue. I know in Asian culture, I was raised on mental issue and not real issue, which I learned to be entirely false after living in the US. So the conflict starts when you have personality from the same group in the same layer. The first set I mentioned, I call this the leadership set, as it relates to a person's managerial ability. So official and power are both in this group. So you have both official and power, either the top or bottom layer together, you have a conflict. It means that if you're an owner, boss, or manager that will get upset at your employees, team members, rules with an iron fist, but you will regret it afterward. Get soft and apologetic about it. That's a pretty polarizing situation. If it's on your top layer, you do that to people at work. Bottom layer, you do that to people that are close to you. What if you're one at the top and another at the bottom? For example, you have power at the top and official at the bottom. That is not actually a conflict. We have a name for that personality, the general personality. There's someone that appears to be powerful, fearful, authoritative to many. But once you get to know them, they have softness on the inside. And that's what encompasses an effective leader. You want discipline, but you want respect. So the second set of the conflict belong to the finance set, which is the positive wealth and partial wealth. If you have this pair on the same layer, again, same layer, I stress that on either the top or the bottom, one or other is different. I mean, how can someone be good with money and bad with money at the same time? The simple answer is that you don't. Many people have the same pair in the same layer, rather it's an inner persona or an outer persona. Basically, you are a spender with regrets. Oftentimes, you go on a shopping spree, then have buyer remorse. I see that with quite a lot of people. What if one's at the top and the other at the bottom? That's when they analyze which one's on the top. So you have a positive wealth on the top and a partial wealth at the bottom. You appear as someone that is good at saving money, finances, have everything in check. But in reality, your finance part in a mess. You're living paycheck to paycheck, spending everything on random goods on Amazon, other places. I think the other way around is better. You have the partial wealth at the top and positive wealth at the bottom. On the surface, you appear to be a poor big spender, blowing your money, but in reality, you may have millions saved up in the bank. I think everyone would prefer the second scenario. The third set of conflict belong to the stubborn set, which is the shoulder to shoulder and the robbery stand. This conflict is actually very mild. They actually share a common trait, which is stubbornness, as you can tell by the name of the set. If you have either of these in your pillars, you are a stubborn person. It's actually very hard to notice when someone tries to choose between taking care of themselves or taking care of others first. More like an inner conflict. If you have this pair in the same layer, you may notice sometimes you'll go your way to help others, then other time you will just ignore them completely, focus on your own thing. It's the same situation with the opposite layer. One's at the top, another one at the bottom. They could appear very selfish to people they barely know, but taking care of people that are close to them, such as family and friends. On the opposite will be like you take very good care of other people that you barely know, strangers, but then you ignore those that are close to you. So you may notice I skip a few pair, even you have both of them in the same layer. A very good example would be the God of Cookery and Wounded Officer. Since you can have the love of food and be emotional at the same time, there are no conflicts for that. And it's the same with the positive seal and the partial seal. You can be a good person and a strange person at the same time. There are no conflicts with that. It's perfectly fine to dress in golf clothing and donate to your local charity. So at the end of the day, can you spot a psychopath? Yes, to an extent. If someone has a lot of conflicting pairs in their 4 pillars, then this person definitely has some personality flaws, but it doesn't mean they're totally bad guys. There are a lot of good people who have eccentric personalities too. And if you made it to the video this far, consider subscribing. Comment down below if you have any question on anything I just went through. I check my comments every day. And also check out my Instagram and Facebook. I post there regularly. Check out these videos if you haven't seen them before. I'm doing a flying start tutorial next time. So until next time.